Ash Girl here, and welcome to my hobby closet. It's a closet because I live in New York City and this is all the room I have. This closet alone would go for like $2,000 a month. Look at that. Look at all that space. Anyway, I thought I'd tell the story of how I got into Warhammer 40k in the first place. And it all started long ago in a distant decade called the late 80s or early 90s. And my dad, at the time, my dad was very, very into historical wargaming. So like miniature Civil War figurines and things like that. And I wasn't into that, but my dad would drag my sister and me to this historical gaming convention, which was like called Historicon, and it was in Pennsylvania every summer. He'd take us there, my sister and I, and we would just run around with all the other kids. We never really played the games because who cares about the Civil War? It's fucking boring. It is. I don't care about the Civil War. It's boring. It's just men with beards and arrows on maps. It's boring. The South lost. That's the important thing. So anyway, I never played. Never played the games, but there was a pool. We ran around. We had fun. It was Dutch Wonderland was across the street. It's an Amish-themed amusement park. I'm not making that up. But one time in the early 90s, I want to say maybe around 92 or 93, there was these other kids my age. I was probably around 12 or 13, and they were playing this game, Space Hulk. Space Hulk, a board game where Terminators from the Blood Angels fight the evil gene stealers in hallways, and the board is a puzzle, and you can put together the puzzle any different way, and there's all kinds of cool scenarios, and the rules are so simple. It's awesome, and the figures are cool, and it's so cool. Civil War, stupid and boring. Space Hulk, awesome. And the fun thing about Space Hulk is it is legally distinct from the board. The fun thing about Space Hulk is it is legally distinct from the movie Aliens. Just ask Games Workshop's lawyers. 100% legally distinct from Aliens. That's why they don't use Imperial Guard units. It's 100% based on Aliens. It is totally Aliens, the board game. That's beside the point. Anyway, I thought this was super cool. I really liked it. And after Historicon, or maybe at Historicon, I picked up a Games Workshop Warhammer catalog. And I think they were just giving these out. And I loved it. I loved all the cool figures. I especially liked the little orcs. And I just thought it was all super cool. And then I either saved up for Space Hulk or I got it for Christmas or something. And I thought it was super cool. And then the coolest thing was on the inside, they had this like booklet of the history of the 40k universe, all Horus Heresy and what Gene Stealers are and what Blood Angels are and all this cool stuff. It was awesome. And I really liked it. And I ended up buying the Space Hulk expansion pack. I forget what it was called, but it introduced the expansion pack introduced Psychers, which was awesome. And it also, I got a big Tyranid model. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a plastic model. And I used that as the Gene Stealer Queen. And I made up my own rules for it. And I got some Space Marine Scouts, and I made up my own rules to... I got some Space Marine Scouts, and I made up my own rules to use them in Space Hulk. And they were basically like, you know, less tough than the Terminators, but maybe they were faster, and like the Gene Stealer Queen could like take a lot of hits or something. As I bought models, including like some orc plastic kits and stuff, I would just incorporate them into Space Hulk. I would just take the Space Hulk rules and just add new models to those rules as I got them. I would mostly play this by myself. I have never, to this day, never played a proper game of 40k. I only know the lore, I know the models. I have the rule book. I have some codices up here, but I've never played a game. I hope to one day. So fast forward a bunch. 93, 94 is probably when I got this. I was 13 or 14. It wasn't too far after that I discovered smoking cigarettes and kissing and staying out late and punk rock, and I had no real need for my more dorkier junior high phase. So I kind of left these in my basement. And then after that, I would like keep up with the lore. I always like enjoyed 40K lore. And so I would, if I was bored at work, I found like the 40K wiki and I would read about like Space Marines or read about the gene seed or the different organs Space Marines get or the different alien races and all kinds of cool stuff. So I would read about that. I like the tortures and the horrific nature of all of it. It's so grim dark and it's fun and I loved it. But I never bought the stuff because I always thought the figures were expensive. I live in New York City. I don't have a lot of room for them. And, you know, I just never got around to it. And then lo and behold, COVID happened. And on top of COVID, you know, I was working from home. I wasn't traveling. I had money just in my bank account because I wasn't traveling. And I also had a surgery, which took 6 weeks of physical therapy and recovery. And I had nothing to do. Had off work. And I was like, let's buy some 40K finally. I was literally like in the hospital convalescing on the internet ordering. I got the Adeptus, they're over here. I got the Adeptus Mechanicus, the AdMech Start Collecting set. I had such a blast painting it that I got the Dune Walker, I got the Castellan Robots, I got the Cataphrone Destroyers, I got all this cool stuff. And I painted all of it, loved it, and then I was like, you know how this goes. You know how this goes. You know why they call it plastic crack. I went ahead and was like, well, they need someone to fight. My AdMech army is great. It's wonderful. It needs someone to fight. I'll get the Chaos Space Marines Start Collecting box, which I did. And I was like, they're going to be Slindash because I love Slindash. Slindash is sexy and evil and gender bending and all kinds of cool stuff. So I got that, painted that, was like, let's get a tank. Bought a big old tank. Let's get a knight. Bought a big old Chaos Knight. Got some Dirk Apostles and Dirk Disciples and Dirk Deacons and Dirk Altar Boys and Dirk Church Janitors and got all of that stuff. And I painted all that. And then I was like, all right, let's get some new stuff. So I also was like, I definitely want a female army. So I really wanted to get into Sisters of Battle. I saw Piety and Pain and I was like, perfect opportunity to get my Sisters of Battle going. It's Drukhari Dark Eldar versus Sisters of Battle. There's 2 girls in charge. I love it. Got that. And then I was like, I need my Sisters of Battle army. I need my Drukhari Dark Eldar army. And I ended up getting Necromunda because I wanted this Escher gang. Because I was like, let's get an Escher gang. And that I can use them. They'll double as Chaos Cultists for my Chaos army. And I can have another female army. I got some Silinex Demonettes. I want more female options. I built female Space Marines because I don't give a shit about the people who care about the lore. No more Gene Stealer limousines. No more squats. I can have female Space Marines and I will, god damn it. So I do have some female Space Marines that I kit bashed. That's my dog. I do have some female Space Marines that I kit bashed. And yeah, I've just been having a blast painting it. I stopped posting it on my main Instagram, started posting it on its own Instagram. That's been awesome. I've been meeting so many cool people in the community. I am hoping now that I've had both shots, I can start going to my friendly local game shop and maybe play a game actually, and we'll see how that goes. But I have a huge pile of shame. As you can see, I have more pile of shame right here. And yeah, there's a reason Games Workshop stock went up so much during COVID. It's pretty much entirely me. But it's been fun. It's been so much fun. And I really look forward to every project I start. I really have enjoyed meeting so many cool people in the community. And I definitely want to start playing the game actually. Although I know I'm already going to get annoyed with the complexity of the rules. Why are they so complicated? So complicated. I have spreadsheets. My dog is making a bed. I have spreadsheets on my computer to simplify these rules, and this spreadsheet alone is like 5 pages. Say Livy. I'll learn to play. It'll be fun. And yeah, that's me. This is Slanesh Girl. This is how I got into 40K. Thank you for watching. That closet didn't close. That was not as dramatic as I thought. Oh well. Thank you for watching.